dietitian with Copeman Healthcare at our Vancouver Centre. Today's Tip Tuesday video is for all of our parents out there. Today we're going to be talking about the division of responsibility and building healthy, competent eaters. Did you know that the longest relationship you have in your lifetime is your relationship with food and your body? That's why it's so important to foster a healthy relationship from a young age. And for kids, parents play a vital role in this. Raising competent eaters can feel like a struggle at times. You want to make sure that you have a balance of food groups on your child's plate, you want them to eat more vegetables, or sometimes you just want them to come to the table and sit down and eat. It's important to remember that children are better at listening to their internal hunger and fullness cues and regulating their appetite than adults are. And that's because children haven't yet been influenced by diet culture, food marketing, and external food rules. We want to continue this pattern as much as possible as your child grows into an adolescent and then into an adult, so that they can become competent, healthy eaters who can listen to their own body cues and monitor their appetite. As a parent, building a foundation of food trust is so important for your child. Research has shown that a fixation on controlling eating behaviors or body weight for children from a young age can be one of the biggest predictors for the development later on of disordered eating or even a clinical eating disorder. You play such an important role as a parent, and now is the perfect time to learn how to model good eating behaviors and teach your child that all foods can fit. So practically speaking, how do you build a foundation of food trust for your child? We're going to talk about something called the division of responsibility. This is a principle that was developed by a registered dietitian by the name of Ellyn Satter. And in the division of responsibility, both the parent and the child have different roles and responsibilities when it comes to the feeding relationship. So we're going to break these principles down today and talk about how you can apply them to your family mealtimes at home. So this image will give you a good overview of what parents and children are responsible for within the division of responsibility. So parents are responsible for the what, the when, and the where of feeding. And children are responsible for the how much and the whether of eating. So we're going to talk through each of these in more detail moving forward. So the first thing that parents are responsible for is the what of feeding. As a parent, you get to decide what's happening for the meal, what's for dinner, and what you're going to be serving. From what you're offering, your child has the flexibility to pick from that arrangement, but there's no short order cooks here. So we're not making a different meal for each family member every night because that can be exhausting. Make one meal for the entire family, place it on the table, and allow family members to serve themselves based on their own preferences and hunger levels. The next responsibility of a parent is the when. This refers to providing regular meals and snacks throughout the day. By having a regular meal routine, this supports and reassures your child that food will always be available. It allows them to trust that food is coming so that if they feel that they aren't hungry for a snack, for example, they know that in a few hours' time they'll have an opportunity to eat at dinner. With putting a focus on meal structure and having meals spaced throughout the day with snacks in between, this also eliminates that urge for grazing throughout the day. So with grazing, it can actually undermine a child's ability to regulate their appetite cues. So having set meal and snack time spaced throughout the day better sets up your child to listen to their body cues and regulate their appetite moving forward. And the final responsibility of a parent is the where. It's your job to decide where we're going to have our meals and to make meal times enjoyable for the family. So if we're eating at the dinner table, everyone knows that that's when they need to come, wash their hands, sit down for dinner, and prepare to eat. Keep in mind that for your child, the most important thing at a meal is you. Children look up to their parents and model eating behaviors based off of what they're seeing. So if you're open to trying new foods, including a variety of foods in your diet, and listening to your own hunger and fullness cues, you're modeling great behavior for your child to learn from. Let's switch gears and talk about your child's responsibilities during a mealtime. So at any meal or snack, children are responsible for choosing how much they'd like to eat and whether or not they'd like to eat a certain food or any food at all. Remember that your child is the best regulator of their own hunger and fullness cues, and they will instinctively eat however much their body needs for that day. Remember, they're not influenced by external food rules yet. All that they have is their internal body cues. Know that it's normal for appetite and intake to fluctuate from day to day and sometimes from week to week. There may be days when your child hardly touches their plate, and there may be days when they eat a lot more. Encourage them to listen to these body cues. Remember that you've done the work of setting up that meal and snack schedule so that your child has the opportunity to eat consistently throughout the day. They can choose to have more at the following meal or snack if they'd like. If I could summarize the division of responsibility into one sentence, I would say that as a parent, it's your job to do the feeding, and as a child, it's their job to do the eating. Know that using the division of responsibility is a great foundation for building a better relationship with food and your body for both yourself as a parent and for your child. There's lots of nuances to the division of responsibility, and if you find that you need more support or want to talk about it more and how it could work for your family, feel free to book an appointment with one of our registered dietitians at Coatman. We'd be happy to chat with you more and provide support.